Looking for a city. Oh, hello everybody. I think we might be live. I don't know. I see lights flashing. I see a red stream light, and I see audio lights going up, and I see a thing here that needs to be muted, and click this right here so it won't come through the computer. And because I had that on a while ago checking something. I've had some audio problems here I've been trying to deal with. You know, we were on last week with just some old videos because I couldn't get the audio to work. But I'll get into that later. But let me go ahead and play another song. I know who holds tomorrow. Well, I hope my audio is okay and doing like it's supposed to. I bought a new used switcher the other day. I've been using a rolling 4-channel switcher, but I had an opportunity to buy one that had a lot more whistles and bells and a lot more features and everything. And so I purchased it. And when I hooked it up, I couldn't get any audio out of it. Now, if you want to roll up and buy this, the next song, okay, but I'll tell you what I did. I couldn't get any audio to come through my computer. And so I thought it might be bad in the mixer. After some checking and all, I found out it wasn't. The audio is coming through the mixer like it is right now. And so my laptop that I stream with, it's a good high-powered, very great HP computer. And I only use it for streaming. And the hinge on the lid broke. And I put it in the shop last week. And I hooked up one of my other laptops here, and I've got audio. And I thought it was because of the capture device that sends it to the computer. So I changed that out. Well, I got the computer, my HP out of the shop yesterday, hooked everything up, and I come in here this evening, very late. We didn't get on until 6 o'clock. We've been going all night. Come in here an hour before program time and turn it on and no audio. And so I said, something is not right, because I used this computer the other day. And so I quickly unplugged that one, plugged up another, hooked everything up to it. Audio is working fine. So there's a setting in my other computer that's off, or something has gone with that. But anyway, long story short, what I'm concerned about is I don't have a headphone jack on this switcher like I did the other one. And so I'm monitoring off of a separate source, and I just hope that the signal is up high enough or not overloading, or it's like it needs to be in here. So if you want to make a comment or something, if it needs anything, let me know, and I'll adjust and fix whatever it is, and do it. Another thing, I'm using a new string. Anybody ever heard of String Joy? Well, I've been looking at their commercials for months. It's all I see on Facebook, String Joy, coming down. And I heard so many comments about it, and I thought, well, I'm going to give it a try. I've been using Fender guitar strings for 40 years or longer. And so, or Diodario makes Fender strings now, so it's the same thing. And so I ordered a set of these String Joy, and it's a little higher gauge than I normally play, but it cost me a little bit in ease of playing. But the sound, everything is so even, all the way across the board. Everything is even. I think they've sold me all these strings after all these years. We'll know sooner or later. Well, if my goodness, my mind went went another direction, and I'll just play another song. And let's see, Gordon Jensen. That's what was on my mind. My buddy Gordon Jensen watches the program sometimes. If he don't catch it on live, he'll go back and watch the rerun of it. And so I played a song the other week, and he said that is one of my favorite songs. And so Gordon, if you happen to watch the program, everybody knows who Gordon Jensen is. It's a great songwriter he is. And Jesus Will Outshine Them All. Yeah, Gordon Jensen. But Gordon said he liked this song. The Goodman family used to sing it. Vestal Goodman used to sing it. And Waver Hankey. It is a good song. It says, "What a lovely name." What a lovely name. I can't see in the light, honey. Okay, I turned the track up. All right, let me see here. Let me check my iPad here and see if there's anybody out there in cyberspace. Unplug the plug. Turn upside down. Make sure the volume is down. Let's see here. Facebook is where we're at right now, I think, and YouTube. Let me just go to the the Facebook channel and check it, because it's a little more difficult going to YouTube. Charlie Beatenbo, that's still me. And it looks like we're here, live. It says, join Charlie and Linda Beatenbo. Well, Linda Beatenbo's not live today. She's live, but she's not lively. We had a little trip today. My baby girl, Donna, called me this week. She sold her motorhome that they've had for 7 years. She sold it a couple of weeks ago. And she's been looking for another motorhome. She's going to upgrade and get something about 10 years newer, almost new or something. And so she found the motorhome that she wanted. And it was on Facebook Marketplace. So she called me yesterday. She said, Daddy, I'm going to pick y'all up at 1. I want you to go with me to pick up that motorhome. I said, okay. And so I looked online to where the thing was listed, and it showed it was about 38 or 40 miles from here. And I said, okay, no big deal. So at 1 o'clock she was here, and we got in my truck. She left her car here. And we put it in the GPS and said 101 miles. The guy had put in a different city than where it was actually at. It was in Roanoke, Virginia. The Kroger parking lot where we met the guy was exactly 100 miles, which was okay. But we looked over it and chatted a while. The bank was across the street. Donald Lynn went across the street to the bank, got him a check, paid him for it, and got the title and all that stuff. But we started back. And Linda and I pulled in here at 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock p.m. And so I had an hour to get things together. Should be. But I already had everything hooked up. Hey, Miss Harrell, how are you doing? We're going to be back in Smithsburg, Maryland, the first Sunday in November. I don't know what date that is. What?
We pulled in at 7.
We pulled in at 7, yeah, not 6, 7. I was corrected by my little helper. She helps me in a lot of things. She helps me drive. She comes to the door and writes notes telling me the track needs to be up or the guitar down. You know, she's my little helper. 56 years she's been my little helper. Anyway, May Harrell, we're going to be in Smithsburg on the first Sunday in November, whatever day that is. Now, you've been there when we were there before, there at Emmanuel Chapel with Brother Jonathan Lay. I always love going there. Those are some of the most precious people in the world. We have the best time going there. But anyway, Ray Snyder, how you doing, bud? Says 3 other people are watching. Steve Price is watching. Papa Joe's ultrasounding spot on. Well, I hope so. I hope so. Yep, these Seymour Duncan's doing the job, buddy. They just cut through. I've got it up a little loud. Now I'm trying to find myself trying to play easy. They turned it down when I play, which I did. And cousin Jeff, that's Linda Forrester Beatenbo. My wife, Linda Forrester, or Jeff Forrester, her cousin. Hey, Charlie. Sounded like a busy day. Yeah, it was. 200 miles. And but it's fine. Boy, she found a nice motorhome, 10 years old, 2015, with only 21,000 miles on it. I mean, that's no mileage for a motorhome. And that thing's got a little bunk area in it with a sofa under it, and a full queen-size bed in the back, and sleeping over the top and sleeping on the couch. It says it will sleep 11 people. Now, it won't be big people, I know that. But if a couple had 6, 7 kids, they'd be good with that. But Linda's got 2 sons, and those 2 sons have 2 beautiful wives. And so between 6 of them and 5 dogs, they should have plenty of room. And 5 pups. Well, let me shut up here and play. It looks like we're on, so I'm glad you decided to join us. Now, I've been watching these guys play these Fender Telecasters online. And they play the daylights out. They play so fast and everything, you can't understand what they're playing. Now, old guys like me, they slow down and take it easy where people know what they're playing. They play just kind of soothing, easy-going music, kind of like this one right here. What a day that will be. See how smooth that was? I don't have to do any switching, just hit the button, it does it, just says automatic. Well, I had this thing on telly, Stratocaster set most of the night. That's it. Let's get it right here. Now see how this right here works. I saw this on here a while ago. It's right there. Goodbye, world. Goodbye. Well, I've been on here just about long enough to say do one more song, maybe. And we're still experimenting, just trying to make things a little better here and there. A little better equipment and streaming. And, whew, that gave me out of breath. I had a stress test about 2 weeks ago, and they said I had some, but it wasn't heart stress. But anyway, I went to the heart cath doctor yesterday, cardiologist, said cath doctor, cardiologist, and he said, well, everything, he's 70-something years old. He's supposed to know what he's doing. Well, everything looks okay. I said, well, why is it getting harder and harder for me to breathe? He said, well, maybe it's something in your lungs. I said, well, I've had about 3 chest x-rays in the last 2 months. I don't think it's anything there. They said my lungs are clear, and I've had all kind of, so I think it has to do with the heart. So he just sat there and did the same thing. And so we finally come to the conclusion, well, maybe the test could have been wrong. We need to do a catheterization to see it, make sure that the stents are working right, and there's no more blockages come up in your thing. So this Friday morning, about 9 or 10 o'clock, I think, I'm going to go back over here and let them hook me up, jab me, and run that stuff in, and take that little thing and go into the heart, check all around everywhere, and see how all my plumbing is. I'm sure it'll be all right. But, you know, it makes you kind of hope that they find something, because this breathing issue gets to be a problem, and I get out of breath real easy. But anyway, pray for me Friday that they'll get something, maybe get something else going on. Well, I'll get out of here, and I'll play, since Papa Joe, if you're still here, buddy, I'll play a song that I know you like, and I enjoy playing as I stand here and look through it. I'm using another iPad. I have 5 laptops and 5 iPads. And so this iPad, the iPad that I was using, I found out that the connector in it is getting bad. I put some spray stuff in there, but you have to jam it in there and it make it go. So I switched, and all these songs in a different position. But I'll play this one right here and get out of here, and thank y'all for coming by. Every time you share this thing, it means a lot more people get to watch it, and when those numbers go up, hit those little smiley things on the side, those little things of hand, thumbs up, smiley, kisses and hugs and money and all that stuff. Yeah, you can send us some money. We can use that too. It costs money to buy this equipment, costs money to run these audio. We don't beg, because our source is not begging. But if you decide you'd like to support this ministry, there's a link on the end of this. You just go to beatenbo.com or whiteharvest.org and click on donate. It'll take you right to there, and you can be blessed by being a blessing. All right, we'll play this for you, Papa Joe, and we'll get out of here. God bless y'all. Share this, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.